Welcome to the Pikes Peak Library District's Law Collections informational video on using Westlaw searching. In this video, we'll look at the various ways that you can search within the legal research database Westlaw. When you are in the database, the search bar will be here at the top. One thing you'll want to pay attention to is the jurisdiction selector over here. So here you can change to whatever jurisdiction you are wanting to search, whether you're wanting to look at state laws, like what is the law in Colorado, or if you want to look at federal laws. You can check up to 3 different boxes on here, or if you're really not sure, you could always check all states and all federal and then filter things out later. But let's go ahead and just limit it to Colorado, and then maybe we'll do include related federal, and then we'll go ahead and hit save. Now, this search bar, you can use it a number of different ways. You also have a number of different advanced search functions here, and those get covered in the basic overview video if you want to learn more about the advanced search functions. In this search bar, though, you can search for a specific title. So let's say you know there's a secondary source that you want to use. You can just start to type that title. And if it's in the collection, it will appear. So I'm going to look for the Colorado Practice Series. And I actually don't have to type very much before it appears. So I can click on that. And now it just takes me into that set of resources. So I can look through the various volumes here if I want to look at it that way. I also note that the search bar has changed. So now any searches I run, it's just going to be in the Colorado Practice Series. And then this little chain of words here, this shows you the navigation. So if you were trying to browse for the source just from that home page, you'd know that you would go into secondary sources, then Colorado, and then Colorado texts and treatises, and that's where this resource lives in the database. Let's go back to the home page, and so I can always do that just by clicking on the logo. You can also search, though, for a specific citation. So let's say I have a case citation. And for this, you don't even need to use the party names. You can just use the citation or whatever pieces you have of it. But I can just type in 709 P2D 975. And so just so you kind of understand what these numbers mean, 709, that's the volume number. And then P2D refers to the Pacific Reporter second edition. And then 975 is the page where that case shows up. And so then I can just run the search. And now it's going to pull up that one specific case that I was looking for. So here it is, 709 P2D 975. And it's this Kessman versus City and County of Denver case. So that's always kind of a nice feature. If you have the citation, you don't need to fumble around in the database. You can just put it right there in the search field and it'll go right to it. All right, back to the home page one more time. Another thing that you can use the search bar, though, is just like how you would search Google. So what we would call natural language. So you can just put in a word or a phrase describing what it is that you're trying to find materials on. So let me go ahead and we'll do real estate foreclosure notice. And so this time the results look a little bit different. So we're taken to what's called an overview page. And it's highlighting 15 things on this page. But if you look over here you're going to see all the different types of resources that are available where these 4 words appear. And so I have cases, I have key numbers, which are like an index term to find cases by subject area, trial court orders, statutes and court rules, and you can kind of go down the list. The number next to the document type, that tells me how many results for that specific document type are available. So it's quite overwhelming. We have over 30,000 results here. But let's say with this, I was just really only interested in one type of document. So let's say, for example, I wanted to look at just the cases for this search. So what I could do here is click on View All. And now it takes me into just the cases. So just those 393 cases that it pulled up. It's sorted right now by relevance. You can always change it though, if you'd rather see them by the date or which ones get most cited, etc. One other thing to note when you're on a results page for just one specific document type, if you scroll down, now we have all these different filters here on the left to narrow those results. So I could run another search to search another even more specific term within this set of results. I could limit it. So let's say I really don't want to look at the federal cases. I only want to see what Colorado courts have had to say about this. So I could limit it to that. And you can even limit it down to the type of court within Colorado. So if you only want to see what the Colorado Supreme Court says, you can narrow it here. So you have a lot of different options to narrow it down even further. Let's go into a different document type though. So let's say I'm actually only interested in what the statutes have to say about real estate foreclosure. Okay, and so now I'm just looking at those 173 results. Now, again, if we scroll down, you'll see these filters have changed based on the types of documents that we're looking at. So I could look at just the court rules for that. I could look at just the statutes. Again, I can filter out one of the jurisdictions. If this time I'm only interested in federal, I could do it that way. So you have a lot of ways then to narrow it down from this pretty hefty list that you have available. When you're looking at results lists, also remember over here, you have your document delivery options. So I could email this list of results to myself. I could print it out. I could also download it if I wish to do that. So those are just the very basics of how to run a search and to use the filters in Westlaw. Please check out our other videos on kind of the basic overview that will go into more detail with the advanced search option. There's also a video on browsing. We'll have one specifically on case law research and another one on the database practical law. So I hope this has been helpful, but please feel free to reach out to us at the library if you have more questions. Thank you.